Right, so now we're going to look at minerals in the body. So all to do with balanced diet. Right, so far the three molecules that we've looked at are carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Right, let me write that properly. Lipids. Right, they are made up of nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. So those are the 5 elements present. Our body needs a lot more, and that's where minerals or mineral ions, so let's write that down, or mineral ions comes into it. So there's a few that we need to learn. So for example, if I said to you calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, let's look at these 3 first. Right, if you can learn these this way, it's probably easier. They're used for making teeth, and bones. Making teeth and bones. Right, so that's for, that's for all 3. So making teeth, bones, making teeth and bones. Right, now phosphorus is also used when you're making DNA and something called adenosine triphosphate. It's like a battery pack in your cells, but phosphorus is for making teeth and bones and DNA, and magnesium is for making teeth and bones, and it's also found inside cells. So it plays an important role inside cells. Right, the next 2 we're going to look at sodium and chlorine. Right, these are important because they're in body fluids throughout the body. So body fluids, and the most important body fluid that we know is blood, so it plays an important part in blood. And then finally the last one is iron, and this is probably the most commonly one that's known. It helps make red blood cells, and in particular a molecule called hemoglobin or globin. So what happens is oxygen comes and attaches itself to this, and then it gets transported around the body in the blood, and then the cells use it to respire aerobically. So let me just go through this again. So we need minerals to help our body perform. The 3 main groups that we look at, carbs or carbohydrates, proteins and lipids, contain nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur. We also need other elements. Right, the 3 that you need to know as a group would be useful with calcium, phosphorus and magnesium. They're all used for making teeth and bones, so all 3 of them. Phosphorus can also be used to make DNA and ATP, adenosine triphosphate. That's like a battery pack, but don't worry about that. And magnesium for making teeth and bones, and also it's used inside cells. Right, let's move on. Sodium and chlorine are used in body fluids, and the most important body fluid that we've got is blood. So those are important parts of the blood makeup. And the one that we're most familiar with normally is iron. Why do we need iron? Because it helps in red blood cell manufacture, or from making red blood cells, in particular the molecule called hemoglobin or hemoglobin, because oxygen attaches itself to that and then the blood carries it around the body for cells to use.